Yeah. We here. We adjust myself, get myself adjusted. Get myself comfortable. Yes, sir. We here, man. So welcome. Thank you very much for coming on by, stopping by, tapping in with me as usual. We're gonna introduce a new show. This is a new show concept. Cut the TV off here. New show concept. We calling this one The Branch Off Show, hosted by Rell Gato. And this is where we're gonna talk specifically about the music game, about the music business, about experiences. We're gonna try and make it insightful for all of the artists, all of the producers, all of the people that's in this game that's trying to make it happen. You know, I don't claim to know it all, but I've had my share of experiences. I've had, some pretty interesting times within the music game. I've been doing it for 10 years. I've done a little bit of everything. I've been mixing, mastering, producing records. I've done consulting, management, building a label, A&Ring projects, rapping on them, writing for other artists. I've done a lot with this game, so I figured, hey, let me just add on to the new venture that I'm doing with the podcast, and let me just add this part onto it. And this is the part where, I educate. Now, I don't claim to know it all. I don't know it all. I'm still learning the music game. One thing that I know about it is that it shifts. So every time you think you got some level of information, it switches up, it changes. So you always got to change with the times, and you got to be aware of what's going on. So this is what I'm doing with the show. I'm helping people. So once again, Rell Gato presents the Branch Off Show. Started off with the Branch Off podcast. Shout out to everybody, Leave Gang Beats, my entire Red Autumn production team, all of the artists, people that we work with. We greatly appreciate y'all. Shout out to Fritz going crazy. Shout out to On the Radar once again for the opportunities that y'all presented. John, management, everybody. So yeah, this is another episode. But like I said, we doing this. I can't call this the other episode because the Rell Gato show is mainly about life topics. It's mainly about, learning from your mistakes, who you are. It's basically me speaking to my younger self. This here is about the music business, about the music game. I hope to give some insight. So once again, the Branch Off Show. Tonight's topic, the music business. It's not what you think it is. It's not what it's portrayed to be. Once again, if you are a certain caliber of person, you already understand this. So, I'm kind of speaking to the people that don't really get it. The music industry is not what you think it is. So, for my artists coming into the game, I want y'all to understand something. And this is not really what people probably want to hear, but this is the reality. The reality it is that when you get into this game, you're probably not going to be successful. I know, they don't like to, a lot of people don't like to accept that truth, but it is a truth nevertheless. The music industry and the way that it's designed, how it operates, it's not really in the artist's favor. Now, don't get me wrong, you could have success, but the probability is very low. So you got to understand that. Now, there's things that you could do to increase your probability. There's things that you can do to possibly increase your opportunity of some level of success. But to get to the highest levels is very rare. It's almost impossible the way that it's set up. You know, when I got into this game, when I first started, I understood early on that I wanted to not only just be able to make music, but I wanted to be an executive of the music creation process and an executive within the music business, because I understood that that's where the power was. And I'm so thankful for that path that I took, because I was able to create an infrastructure. And so I learned a lot within that infrastructure. And one thing that I did learn was that having the ability to create, to manufacture, and to push your own product into the marketplace really takes a lot of work. But when you're able to do it, you have a lot more control, you have a lot more power, and you increase your probability of making something happen in the music game. You know, a lot of people just think it's just make a song, put the video out, and then you lit tomorrow. It don't work like that. There's a lot of things that go behind records. There's a lot of things that go behind what you see as a big artist. And let me be very clear. It's not about just the quality or the ability to make music. It's literally 80% business, 20% talent. And now that 80% business, it subscribes to the rules of business in general, of industry in general. And so what are some of the basic rules of industry or any business? We've heard this rule before: supply and demand. You have to have the product that people want. You have to have product that people demand. If you just making songs and you think you're doing something and nobody is demanding that product, then you have to go back to the drawing board and question, is my product decent? Is my product competitive? Is what I'm making in the same rule set or skill set as the top artists? Because if you're not thinking like that and you just making music to make music, that's fine, but you're not going to win in the music business. You got to understand, it's a supply and demand thing. You just can't come in and think you're so original and so creative that you're going to reinvent the sound. Nah, man, don't work like that. You know, people buy what they're accustomed to. And now when you are in the music industry, you learn that there's higher people and higher power that invest in the music industry, that social engineer the music industry. And they social engineer it so that the sound that they want to be in the mainstream for mass consumption is the primary sound. So you as an upcoming independent artist, you can be creative, but understand you can't go too far from what people are already purchasing and what people are already demanding. Basic rule: supply and demand. Here's another rule, another thing that happens in business when you're first starting off or you're a startup. You have to give out a lot of your product for free. You ever seen like people outside selling, a product? They sell it, they sell it, but they're giving away something new that they're trying to put in the marketplace just to get people's feedback, to get people's a perspective of that product. I don't want to say idea. They're getting people's perspective of that product. So if it's like a new soda or something like that, they'll put it out. Coca-Cola makes a new product, they'll put it out. They'll give it to people for free, let them sample it, see what they think. It's the same thing with your music or whatever creative thing you're doing. You have to put out your stuff for free. You have to have readily available product for people to consume. And if your product is almost impossible to find, if you got 2 or 3 Instagram names, if you got 3 YouTube names, if I gotta search and click 3 different links to get to one song, I don't have that kind of time, and most people don't either. We already moved on to something. So when you make your product and you put your product out, make it easily accessible. Your artist name should not be so long to the point where I cannot even find it. It should be simple. You gotta let people know where you at, and you gotta make it easy for people to find you. Here's another one. Make sure that when you're first starting off, you have some hustles that's in alignment with the music business. Now, this is not for my people who got money behind them and an engine behind them. No. This is for people who are starting from scratch and got nothing going on. Learn a skill set outside of your rapping ability that applies directly to the music industry that you can make a revenue off of. And I'm gonna give myself as an example. I knew I wanted to be an executive, but I didn't have an artist. Okay, so I had to create the artist. The artist is Rell Gato. Okay, cool. Rell is the executive producer of Rell Gato. Okay, well, what does Rell Gato need, or what does Rell need to make it happen? He needs a studio. Okay. He needs to learn how to engineer. Okay. He needs to learn how to make beats, or he needs production, or he needs to understand production. Okay. And so now all of these skill sets that Rell Gato needed, I had to acquire those skill sets. But then once I acquired those skill sets and I actually got good at them, I was able to make money from them. You know how many deals and things that I done made, connections that I done made, people that I met with that are influential just because I had the studio? Man. The amount of opportunities that I got from Red Autumn Studios, man, just from having it, just for learning that skill set, putting that skill set in the marketplace, making money off of it. I made a lot of money off of mixing and mastering, engineering, recording people. That extra skill set allowed me to scale up my company. It allowed me to hire people, teach them the skill set, and then make profit from their labor. So learn an extra skill set to go alongside your music. If you're an artist, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares about your music. There's tons of artists out here. So make sure that if you're going to invest in your music, learn skill sets that generate money that can then be in alignment with the music industry, since that's the industry that you want to go to, and then make money off of that and use it to invest into your career. Because music is not what you think it is. It's not just you gonna make one song, put out a video, or put 5 songs out and put out videos, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get signed. And then let's even break down getting signed and what that entails, right? You know, back in the day when you first got into the game, you thought being signed was everything. Yeah, he signed to this label, he signed to that label. And some people still feel like that's it. Like that's the win. They really don't understand. Like, this is a bank loan. It's a loan. It's a loan. It's one of the worst loans to ever exist in business. It's the only loan that I know of that you can get the money at a high interest rate of almost like 75%. And then you create the product and they own a piece of the product. Like, really sit back and think about that for a second. Like, they already done charge interest, but then they own the product, and in your entire lifetime, they own your name, your likeness, everything. Nah. So what is really a record deal? And I'm not saying all record deals are bad. Let me just go ahead, and some deals, most deals are actually needed, and if they're done correctly, both parties could win. But there's a lot of deals out here that are still antiquated. They still old. They still don't even apply to today's time. So when you are upcoming and you starting off, you thinking getting signed is a big thing. It's a big deal. Labels got the resources. They got all of the things that you need to actually get your art out there. They got the engine behind them, but it comes at a very heavy price. And so when you don't have no leverage in the game, when you don't have no power of your own, you put yourself in a position to be exploited. And so that deal that you think you got that's helping you is really harming you. And then what happens too is, let's say you get signed and you get in a better position, but you don't get the revenue, you don't get the capital, you don't get the money that people think you have. And so now, instead of people supporting you that's close to you, they look at you like, oh yeah, this is my meal ticket. And they end up draining you. And if you say no, now all of a sudden they become enemies. And that's how nasty the game could be. Music is not what people think. Like my pops used to say, yo, dang, man, why y'all not signed yet? And then one time I just told my pops, man, yo, listen, man, I'm not even trying to get signed, man. I'm trying to be everything that I ever wanted to sign to. Forget signing. I want to be what I wanted to sign to as an artist. And I've been wanting that since I got in the game. Like I said, I came in this game and I said, I want to be an executive. I want to be one of the legends of this game, one of the pillars of this game, not just for making the music, but more so executive producing artists, having catalog. So when I'm done with this game, I could say, man, not only did I make dope music for myself, I helped other artists get to the next level. Now, by no stretch of the imagination am I there yet. I've had a lot of experiences, and I can't say I fully arrived yet. No, I can't, but I've had experiences. You know, one of the experiences that I had, you know, just in the music industry and just watching something happen is working with Chef and Sleepy. Shout out to Chef G, Sleepy, the Winner Circle, everybody over there. And I learned a lot from working with them. You know, I did one of the earliest tracks. Did a lot of early tracks with them. Mixed and mastered and recorded and all of that good stuff. And, you know, one thing I remember him telling me was like, yo, Rell. My mom's was like, yo, I got 1 million views. And he told his mom's, and he said, yo, my mom's was like, yeah, but where's the $1 million? Now they got up to that level, and that's good. You know, but it just goes to show, like, when you first starting off, people automatically assume that just because you getting high levels of views or streams or whatever the case may be, that's equating to dollars. And it don't work like that. It's not how the game works. The music business is not what you think it is. It's not what most people think it is. We got to remember, the music business is part of the entertainment business, and the entertainment business is based on manipulating people's perception. It's all about manipulating perception. So when you are getting into this game, understand that it is not what you think it is. A lot of the times, the money comes slow, if it comes at all. A lot of the times, you're doing a lot of work for free. A lot of the times, you're giving your time, energy, and effort for free. So when you come into this game, what I suggest for most people is not to do it for money. Do it with the understanding that you got a God-given gift, talent, ability, and that you just need to share it with the people and let the people decide. And if the people Hold on, technical difficulty. And if the people decide that your product is not it, you gotta be cool with it. You gotta be alright with it. Can't trip. Just gotta live with the result. And if the people do decide that your product is it, then you gotta do other things to maintain that. Sometimes you get success and it's not what you thought it was. So when you coming into this game, you gotta understand A, what you in it for. B, you dealing with people that don't need no certification, no college degree to be the boss of something or CEO or something. So you dealing with a lot of things that in other industries you wouldn't deal with. And you gotta be okay with that. So for my upcoming artists, man, create your own infrastructure. It's hard work, but create your own infrastructure. And it ain't even gotta be $1 million studio. Have a little startup setup studio. Build a good team around you. Learn how to create a system and give equity to the most important people. Your engineer should have a piece of your project. Your videographer should have a piece of your project. Offer equity when you first starting up. Let people know, look, I'm here to create not just me, myself, and success for myself. No, I'm here to help others. And then you watch how many people want to join your mission, join on board with you. That's how it works. You got to bring that value, because guess what? There's 1,000,001 rappers and nobody cares. Nobody really cares, bro. So many rappers, so many artists. There's more songs uploaded every single day. So when you starting off in the game, learn how to offer equity, learn how to present value to the most important people coming on board to your ship. Once you do that, then you can move forward, because you cannot win in this game without a team. You can't win in no industry without a team. A lot of these artists just be out their mind. They think that it's just about them. Nah, bro, you got it messed up, bro. You got to understand it's about a system. It's about your producer. It's about your A&R. It's about the person who handles your marketing, your graphic design team. It's about a system. It's not always about your music. And that's what I would challenge most artists to do. 50% system, 50% artistry. That's a tough thing to do. But the music industry ain't what you thought it was, man. And to my producers, I love my producers, man. Shout out Leaf Gang Beats, whole team. I'ma say this to y'all. Value yourselves, man. Value y'all artistry, because y'all are artists as well. It's not just about the artist that's jumping on your beat. No. Without the producer, there is no music industry. So put some respect on y'all names. It hurts my heart when I see producers selling beats for $20. Like, you devaluing the game. You devaluing yourself. You devaluing your fellow producers. And let me tell y'all, if y'all was the former union, the music industry, the entertainment industry would be over. If there was a urban beat making union and y'all moved as one unit, forget about it. Y'all would never have to go chasing a label again for money. Y'all wouldn't have to wait for royalties and recoupment. Nah. Y'all wouldn't be getting a runaround. Nah. Because y'all would freeze up the game if all producers came together and said, yo, we not putting out no beats until the rules of the music industry change. That's scary. They would not be prepared for that. So for my producers, value y'all work. Understand y'all own brand. Understand that you don't really have to sell yourself short to work with an artist, or you don't have to be afraid to speak up for yourself because you scared you gonna miss the placement. Nah. Learn how to respect your work and make other people respect your work. Know your worth in this game, because y'all are the backbone. Without y'all, there is no music business. Nobody is going to listen to a song without the music. Like, that's not happening. And you don't hear no artist saying, hey, guess what? I'm putting out vocals without the beat. But guess what? Producers put out beat tapes all the time. Y'all really got the power if y'all really understand it. Like, I'm speaking and there's a lo-fi beat in the background with no rapper on it. Y'all got the power. So put some respect on y'all name. Make artists pay. Make labels pay. And make people subscribe to your terms. Build your own brand. Build your own infrastructure. You become the artist. That's how you win. That's how you succeed. Again, the music business, when you first get into it, is not what you think it is. The music business is not what you think it is. The music business is really what you make it. You have to make your own music business. How you do business, how you interface with other people. You have to understand your product. Because if you think that there's a standard way in the music business, there is not. I'm here to tell you, there ain't no standard way anymore. The game is done. It's direct to consumer. There ain't no standard way. It's what you really make it. It's how you want to conduct your business. You got the power. So with that being said, man, I'm signing off. I want to leave with this. When you are in the music business or the music industry, whatever you want to call it nowadays, have your own system for how you do your thing. Do not rely on somebody else's system, and you will win. Even if you're a signed artist, still have your own system. Even if you're a signed producer, have your own system, and you will win. So make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, show love. Give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all think. Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to serve. And like I said, I don't claim to know everything, man. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to earn. I'm still trying to get my things together, get my ducks in a row too. So any feedback that y'all got for me, much appreciated. That being said, like, comment, subscribe. Rell Gato TV, Red Autumn TV. Make sure y'all go to redautumnnyc.com. Tap in with the artist, tap in with the story. Tell a friend, share the content. Signing off, man. Peace.